Tasha.
Hey guys. Alright, my name is Tasha Malmquist, and I did my senior project on donations for animal shelters. Because a lot of people, when they think of animal shelters, they think of like abuse and neglect, and that they need to get the animals someplace safe, but the problem is even if you get them into an animal shelter, the shelter needs money to be able to provide food and medicine for them. The reason why I chose this project was because when I was little, I absolutely loved animals, and I still do, but I sort of, this past fall, I learned that I am extremely allergic to dogs, and I get asthma when I'm around them, and so I didn't really want to go to like an animal shelter and be around the animals because it gets worse every time I'm around them. And so I decided donations is a way that I can still help them without having to be near them. And then they don't just need good homes, they need food and medicine too. And the only way to give them these things is for people to provide donations. You know, this movie's kind of boring, but it really gets to the point. So, like, it's about this animal shelter that they are running really low on donations. And they're starting to, like, be worried about their animals because they're, like, starving. Awkward silence. It's kind of slow at first.
Just another example of how the economy is affecting everyone right now.
They're both
Here's
so
the safe
cute.
animal shelter in Middleburg. Guys like dude right here are not only worried about finding a home, they're just worried about finding something to eat. Our furry friends at the Safe Animal Shelter are crying out for help. Relying solely on donations for everything from cooling fans to cleaning supplies, the shelter is worried they might have to start begging for food.
It's been about 3 or 4 years since we've been down as low as we are right now. I think we have about 2 bags of Purina Puppy Chow left.
Almost all 50 dogs at the shelter require 2 to 4 cups of chow twice a day. So you can imagine how these trash cans filled with food are near empty each night. Now less than a week's worth of food remains.
It's nerve-wracking on a weekly basis when you come in and you don't know for sure if you're going to have food on the shelves or not.
Having already been either abused or abandoned, Laura says her biggest fear is the added stress these already vulnerable animals will feel.
They're stressed out in an environment where it's not natural for them to be. They're in with a lot of other animals that are barking and meowing, and they don't get as much privacy and rest as they need to. You've got to make sure they eat plenty of food so their immune system is functional.
Now again, this is a non-profit, no-kill shelter. If you'd like to donate to them, you can contact them at 904-276-7233 or go on to newsforjacks.com and we'll have their information there. In Middleburg, Nick Giovanni, Channel 4, the local station.
That was just another example, like, of because of the economy and the recession, everything's just going down and people donate less, and they're not, like, having enough money to take care of these animals. And it's not just their shelter, it's other shelters around all over the place, in different states, too. My plans to help, I'm going to do a bake sale with my church. But because my church is based solely on college kids, I'm going to wait until after the week after spring break to do this. And I also want to do a donation drive, but not with money. I also found a really cool text that shows that people donate like blankets and other things like shampoo, like soap for the dogs, and other things that they need, not just the money. So I thought that was cool. And then also like the idea of doing donations for the animal shelters because it's not just something that I can do now, it's something I can continue doing because they will always need donations and it's not too timely, like I can just stop in and like give them something, so